Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a play and review of the Red Dragon Inn 10, which includes for the first time a solo co-op mode. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So we've covered Battle for Greyport, the cooperative deck builder set in this universe. We've covered Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, the dungeon crawler set in this universe. Both amazing games, by the way. But we've never covered the Red Dragon Inn before because it was a competitive-only game. If you aren't familiar with it, the basic theme is that you are adventurers, kind of D&D style. But after the adventure, you go to a bar and you see who can drink the longest without passing out and or losing all their money to gambling and other effects. And yes, with Red Dragon Inn, they now have a solo co-op mode where you go against Boss Otto. It's basically a team versus team mode where Boss Otto represents one team unto himself, and then all the other players crowd onto a separate team. But here I'm just going to be showing you a solo 1v1 match. But the core thrust of the game remains the same. You're trying to make Boss Otto drop out by either making his fortitude and his alcohol level meet or pass each other, and or by making him run out of gold. In a solo match, he starts with 8. The players in Otto have 1 potion per actual player on the human team, which can be used to save you if you're about to be knocked out. Each player has a unique deck for their character. I'm playing Icinder, the Frozen Flame. She's a monk who has these flame and ice tokens on her alcohol and fortitude track. And whenever she reaches one of these spaces, she gets one of the tokens. And the more she has, the stronger her cards become. Meanwhile, Otto is super customizable as well because he comes with 4 different versions of himself, 4 different types, and you pick 2 of them to play with in the game. So in this one, I'm playing with the Gambling Otto, who's really good at taking your money, and the BattleBot Otto, who's going to hit me really hard. And you combine cards from those 2 characters into 3 different decks for Otto. The action deck is going to be used to actually do their main actions on their turn. The sometimes deck is used to react to stuff that I do, because in the full Red Dragon Inn game, that's a very common thing. Players are reacting to each other and like blocking actions and all that kind of stuff. And finally, Otto has a gambling deck whenever I or he starts a game of gambling to try to take money from each other. Players will also be getting drinks from the drink deck, and at the end of each of your turns, you have to drink the top card of your drink deck, which is generally, as you can imagine, going to increase your alcohol level. How does a robot get drunk? I don't really know. In addition, for Otto, he has this threat level. It's going to default on his turns to the number of players in the game. So right now it's going to be 1. But this will go up from some of his actions. Additionally, whenever I play a sometimes card to mess with the stuff he's doing, it's going to go up by 1. And every 2 numbers, it'll cause him to do another action. Well, I guess 3 down here. But again, it resets to the number of players on his next turn. So it's not like he's doing multiple actions forever. And yeah, that's kind of it. So I'm just going to walk through Otto's first turn, explain what his steps are. I am, by the way, playing on semi-hard difficulty where I've added 2 tougher cards to each deck from each of the 2 Otto types that I'm using. So basically there are 4 harder cards in each of those decks. There are 2 more levels of difficulty above that, but I think that's already more than enough. All right, so let's get into Otto's first turn. So it says first he's going to prepare actions. We look at the current threat level, which is 1 action. We take the top card of his action deck and we have it ready to activate. If he was doing 2 or 3 actions, we draw all of them face down and then resolve 1 at a time. After he's prepared his actions, he resets his threat to the number of players called challengers in the game. There's only 1. Then he actually activates his actions and plays them. Okay, so this one's from the Gamblatron. It's yellow. You can see the little Gamblatron picture there. It says Mano Abato. The priority target loses 3 fortitude. I'll explain that in a second. If a challenger other than the priority target ignores this effect, threat +2 instead of the usual +1, and then change targets. Let's talk about a few of these things. So first of all, the main effect he's trying to achieve here is for me to lose 3 fortitude. Again, your fortitude ticks down as your alcohol level ticks up, and if they meet, you're knocked out, although the potion can give you a 1-time save. Now, it also talked about the priority target, and that goes into the fact that, like I said earlier, if there are more than 1 players, they're all playing on 1 team. So one of them is the priority target at a time, and they're the one who gets like hit by stuff and attacked, and they are the main ones who can play cards to prevent attacks against them. Whereas other players, it's more rare for them to be able to interfere. And that change targets thing he said at the end would pass the priority target on to the next person. None of that matters in true solo, obviously. Now, I could react to this and try to change things. I just looked through my cards. I'll show you those in more detail in a second. And unfortunately, I am unable to. So I take 3 fortitude, which is pretty dang bad, but I do get a single fire token to potentially boost my actions later because I met it or passed it, and even if I go backwards now, it does not go back on the board. That is mine forever. Well, there's one card of mine that can throw it away, but generally that's mine forever. All right, Otto finished their one action. It just goes to the little discard here. Then it says activate components. If you're playing on a hard or extreme difficulty levels, there are component cards in there that Otto can trigger for really powerful effects, and you can punch them in addition to Otto with fortitude losing effects. We don't have any of them yet, but they would activate here. Then Otto orders a drink. This is something that you do in the competitive game as well. You get to take one drink card and pass it to somebody else, put it on top of their drink deck so they'll have more to drink at the end of their turn. Now, in a multiplayer game, Otto would give a drink to each player. Here, it just goes to me, obviously. And then the last step of Otto's turn would normally be to drink, except like it says here, he does not do it on the first turn. But that's also how a player's turn ends. They drink the top card of their deck, again, which will usually increase their alcohol level. So that's it. That's one Otto turn resolved. Okay, now we get to my first turn, and it's actually pretty similar. First, I can discard as many cards as I want. Then I draw until I have 7 cards in hand. I started with 7 cards, but I can get rid of some of them. Then I can play a single action card. Then I order a drink, and then I drink the top card of my drink pile. So like I said, very similar to Otto. Now, I'm not going to show you every single card in my hand as I go along, because that would be a lot. I'll freeze frame on them and talk through them as they become relevant. But I actually do like my cards. I'm just going to discard one of them and draw back up. And now I get to take an action. If you look at the top of the card underneath the title here, Gambling I'm In, you'll see that it says action. So this is something that can be used as your one action card per turn. In this case, Gambling I'm In cards. These are cards that are in every single character's deck. They let you start a round of gambling where all of you are trying to play for a coin from each of you that you've anteed. Or when you're already in a gambling round, they let you take control of a round of gambling. Because gambling is kind of like a last man standing thing where you have to each play cards back and forth, and when somebody can't play a card, they lose their money. I don't really want to use that to start gambling against Otto, because I know that with him having Gambletron in there, he's probably going to win, but I do want to hang on to these, potentially stop him. So instead, I'm going to return the favor of him hitting me and say, Tail Whip! It's super effective! So if it says I pick another player and they lose 2 fortitude, and the ice 2+ means that if I had at least 2 ice tokens, I would resolve the additional effect. Here, they would lose 3 fortitude instead. So I'm trying to hit Otto for 2. But real players play tons of reactions in the game, and Otto is no different. So whenever I play an action that affects a bunch of stuff, there's a list in the rule book, but it's the kind of obvious things, like it would lower his fortitude, raise his alcohol, take his money, all that kind of stuff. Then he gets to resolve the top card of his sometimes deck and potentially stop or prevent whatever I'm doing. In this case, darn it, this one is kind of perfect. Armor-plated armor. Ignore the provocation if it affects Boss Otto's fortitude. If it doesn't, repair 1. So if I wasn't doing something that affected Otto's fortitude, he would repair 1, which means that's over here. If his fortitude is 10 or less, he gets back 1 fortitude. Otherwise, he loses 1 alcohol. But here it is affecting his fortitude, so nothing at all happens. Except actually it does. This is another card that's in everybody's deck. I don't think so. I get to negate a sometimes card, and then they can only negate it back with their own. I don't think so. But Otto stops after 1 trigger. He's not going to keep on playing sometimes cards. So he does take the 2 fortitude. Haha. But Otto gets really angry whenever you play a sometimes card. So anytime you play a sometimes card and it is not completely negated, even if its values are lowered, even if it doesn't actually hurt him in the end, if it's not totally negated, he gets 1 threat. Now, in this case, I don't care because it's still going to have him play 1 action. So that was kind of like a free sometimes. You want to try to kind of play that game of managing your threat level. But if I did another sometimes card at this point, he would get 2 actions this turn. All right, then I buy a drink from the drink deck for Otto, so he has something else to drink. And I drink the top card of my drink deck, and we got pretty lucky, so say light ale. You can see its alcohol content in the bottom right there, just 1. So we discard the drink and gain that much alcohol. And that's the end of my turn. Now I have 5 cards. As I play cards in other players' turns, it could get lower. So this is one of those games where you only get to refresh on your turn, and you're kind of shepherding your resources the rest of the time. All right, back to Otto. They're still at 1 action, so they prep that. They reset to threat level 1. And oh, it's another Gambletron. Where's the other guy? Otto Dealer. There we go. Otto starts a round of gambling. At the end of the round, change targets. Okay, that part doesn't matter. If the challengers didn't play at least 1 gambling or cheating card, the threat goes up by 1. So Otto's starting a round of gambling. He puts in 1 coin as an ante, unless I have an effect to cancel it, which I don't. I also put in 1 coin. And we're going to go back and forth until one of us wins that. Although I could just pass and let him win it immediately, but then, as it said, I would go up 1 threat. So I've got 2 gambling I'm in cards to take the lead. I've also got a special card that at the top says cheating. Some characters have more or fewer of these, depending on their kind of inclinations, like rogues have a lot, as you can imagine. This one says, I'm short a card. Take control of a round of gambling, draw 1 card from your character deck. In addition, draw X cards from your character deck, then discard X cards from hand. You may not take any game actions between drawing and discarding. But cheating cards are important in that they are the only kind of card you can play in reaction to a winning hand card, which Otto does have, especially when he's Gambletron. Basically, once somebody has a royal flush, you can only beat them by cheating. So here I don't need it yet. I'm just going to play a gambling I'm in. That means I take control of the round of betting. So now if Otto passes, I'll get the 2 coins, but there's a good chance he'll play something to take control right back. So for this, I flip from his gambling deck. I have an aggressive strategy, cheating. Boss Otto takes control of the round of gambling. What? And takes 2 gold from the pot? All right. Well, I mean, I guess he wins. There's no point to be fighting anymore. There's no gold left to be had. So I could play another gambling I'm in, or my I'm short a card to cheat. But I might as well hold them for the next time that Gambletron wants to gamble. So I'm down to 7 coins now, and they're up to 9. If you would run out of coins, you also lose, although you can use your potion to get 3 coins back, or to raise your fortitude by 6, or lower your alcohol by 6. So anytime you're about to lose from any of those methods, you can use your potion. Additionally, whenever the drink deck runs out, every player has to pay to order more drinks, so you each pay 1 gold, which is a bit of a hard timer on the game, because gold's going to run out no matter what, even if people are like really mitigating their alcohol and fortitude loss. All right, but that was Otto's entire turn. They order a drink for me, and they reveal a drink for themselves, which is a bit of a nastier one, Orcish Rotgut. So it's -2 fortitude. That's the main effect in the bottom left there. But it says if you're an orc, and I guess you like this kind of stuff, instead you would gain 2 alcohol. But another thing Otto reacts to is getting drinks, because players can also modify the drinks they get. Ah, dang it, man. He got the perfect one again. It's armor-plated armor. Somehow the armor stops the Orcish Rotgut. So Otto would have lost 2 fortitude, but if this affects Otto's fortitude, then they don't. So they're definitely still ahead. They have not gotten drunk at all. All right, coming back over to me. I'm about to discard and draw, but I do want to play a card. This one is Inner Peace, and it says anytime, which means you can play it anytime. Pretty easy. Otto does not react to these or gain any threat unless they directly impact him, which this one doesn't. So here it says I lose 1 alcohol content, and I claim the element token closest to 20 or 0 on my player mat. So I lose 1 alcohol, 20 or 0. I guess I'll pick this 15 since it's a little bit farther along. I think it's a choice, and not that I just have to take the one closest. And I don't need that many gambling cards. Let's just keep 1. All right, I've only got 1 action, so I guess I'll play it. Breath of the Forge's Flame. So I pick another player, and they lose 2 fortitude. If I had 3 fire tokens, they would lose 4 fortitude, but I'd also lose 1. But unfortunately, I only have 2. Right, let's see if he's got any armor left. Hopefully not. Oh, this time they just get mad at me and hit me back for 1 fortitude. So they lose 2, and I lose 1, which is not great for me. Although here, I've got my own reaction since their threat level's still at 1. Oh ho ho, you're on! You may play this card immediately after you lose fortitude from a card played by another player. If I have at least 1 fire, they lose a fortitude. And if I have at least 1 ice, I gain a fortitude. Now their threat level does go up again, because that was a sometimes card. But importantly, Otto never responds to responses. Does that make sense? So he already played a sometimes card to my provocation. He will play no further sometimes cards in reaction to anything else that's happening. So that's one of the few limitations on him. So that puts us both at 16 fortitude. So I feel a bit better about that. All right, then I'm buying him a drink. And let's see what I've got. Oh, there's a rough one. So it's just a light ale again with 1 alcohol. But if you see that it says with a chaser in the title and has a little plus, if I have at least 1 more drink in my drink deck, I got to flip that as well. Oh, it's a dark ale. Okay, what's light ale and dark ale add up to? Amber ale, I guess? But that could have been a lot worse. That's only 2 alcohol, and I do get my first ice at least. All right, back to Otto. Still only 1 action, down to 1 threat. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. This is their first component. Steam-powered fists. So every single turn while this stays active, remember, I got to hit it for at least 1 fortitude without Otto preventing it, because sometimes effects can still prevent it. Each turn, each challenger is going to lose 1 fortitude. And by the way, these cards are marked with 1 or 2 skulls in the bottom right, so you know what difficulty level you're playing on. All right, so that goes over there in their component area. Now they activate components, and I would lose 1 fortitude. Now, you can respond to active components like that as though they were in action. So what the hey, I'll go ahead and play this. Don't interrupt my meditation. I may play this card when an action, sometimes or anytime card would make you lose fortitude or reduce it by 1, so I lose none in this case. If I had 3+ fire, I would have completely ignored the effect for a bigger loss. Maybe I should have saved that, but it's fine. Now it's still a sometimes card, so auto does raise their threat up to 2, so I'll have to decide if I have any sometimes cards that are important enough to play on this next turn. All right, and they order a drink for me, and they drink. Oh, interesting. A shrimp cocktail. They would gain 3 alcohol, but heal 1 fortitude. Let's see if they let that stand. Oh my gosh, come on now. Initiate generosity subroutine. So this one says if a top sometimes drink, that means its effects are specifically targeted towards a drink card. In this case, they got lucky, and that's what it's for. Underneath, you'll see there's a whiff effect that would take place if they had responded to something that wasn't a drink. But here it says split the drink with a priority target, which, I mean, is okay. What happens is we both get half rounded up of each numerical effect. So we're each going to heal a fortitude, and we're each going to gain 2 alcohol. All right, so that's where Otto is, 17 and 2, and I'm at 17 and 4. Well, thanks, Otto. How generous of you. All right, before I draw, I'll go and use another anytime card. Tip the wench. Pick a player. They pay 1 gold to the inn. That's an anytime, not a sometimes, so the threat doesn't go up, but Otto still gets to react. Jeez, man, the priority target loses 1 fortitude. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that because I don't think I'm going to win by gold anyway when he's such a good gambler. All right, once again, besides gambling, although I could do gambling, I've got, where is it? A cheating card and a regular gambling card and a winning hand. But now let's just beat the guy up. Okay, I'm going to use this one, Blistering Blows. So I pick a player to lose 1 fortitude, and that can include the steam-powered fist. In fact, that's definitely what I'm going to do. And then if I have at least 2 fire, which I do, I get to draw 1 card, and if it's your action phase, I can play another action. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have one. Well, I guess besides gambling. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm trying to punch their fist. If they take any amount of fortitude damage, they will be discarded. Ah, excellent. Spike it with spare parts. So it would have been a drink effect. So it whiffs, and they, order 2 drinks for me. Well, that part's not great. But hey, at least this guy is gone. Can I draw a card? Nope. So I guess we're gambling. I mean, I have so many cards that are for it. Why not? So we both put in a 1 gold ante. Importantly, Otto does not count this as losing a gold, so he doesn't draw a sometimes card to react, because he figures he can still win with gambling. All right, so right now I'm winning, but we get a gambling card for him. Oh, I raise. Each player puts another gold in. Interesting. All right, so now I'm going to go for the big one, winning hand. Only a cheating card can beat this, so they have to actually draw a cheating card for that to count. Like if they draw a different one that says they take control of the hand, like a raise or a regular bet, they'll lose immediately. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Boss Otto takes control of the round of gambling. That is not a cheating card, just a regular one. So I win the bet. Boom. Hey, maybe I can win with gold. As long as they keep on drawing the red cards. So I'm up to 9. Okay, so I've evened it. Oh, and he lost the gold, didn't he? Yeah, so he's down to 6. Not bad. And I still have my cheating card in a tight spot. Besides that, I do want to do this one, I think. I may play this card when I order drinks. I pay 1 gold and I can order 2 additional drinks. Although, that is a sometimes card. I don't want him to get 2 actions instead of 1. Never mind. We're okay for now. I do order 1 regular drink for him. And I get another chaser. But this one's a pot of tea with a chaser. So it's actually -1 alcohol content. But with some wine, that sounds like a disgusting combo. So I gain 1 alcohol overall. Ooh, but that gets me to my second ice. So I'm getting stronger and stronger. All right, back to Otto. Still only 1 action. The priority target loses 3 fortitude. Jeez, man. Oh, there's that same one as before. Do I have anything to stop? I feel like, okay, I got this again. Okay, so I could gain 1 fortitude, so I'd just lose 2 overall, and I can deal 1 to them. They do get to respond to this, unfortunately, because it's not a response from one of their sometimes cards, but whatever, I'll do it. Oh, it's another drink. It orders 2 more drinks for me. No! But at least he gets hurt a little bit too. So yeah, I'm pretty hurt, but I have gotten my 3rd ice, which is usually the cap you need for like all your strongest effects, so that's something. All right, but yeah, now I'm already in a bad spot for playing sometimes next time. He buys another drink for me. Hope I don't get chasers. And he drinks Jelly Tower. It's a 3. That's awesome. If Jelly Tower is a result of a chaser, you only take half of this drink's effects rounded down. Nope. Come on, don't cancel it. The priority target must discard a gambling or cheating card. If they can't, they lose 2 fortitude. Well, that has nothing to do with this, so they are gaining 3 alcohol. That's great. Do I have a gambling or cheating card left? Oh, I do. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to discard this so I don't take any negatives. So he just got drunk. That's awesome. I mean, I'm still definitely behind, but I'm winning money-wise, so that's something. All right, coming back to me, I actually like all my cards. Ooh, I got 2 more actions, the same ones. Breath of the Withering Frost. Pick another player, they lose 2 fortitude. If I have Ice 3, which I do, Each player, including you and the player you picked, loses 1 extra fortitude. Okay, so they would lose 3 and I would lose 1. I don't love that. But it's all I got right now, so let's go ahead and do it. All right, he doesn't want to lose 3 fortitude. Negate the provocation. Well, it means that I didn't lose any either, so I guess that's okay. And I do have another one for next turn. Again, I buy him a drink. And I drink one of my many. Hopefully it's not a chaser. Okay, Dragon Pale Ale. Gain 1 alcohol, lose 1 fortitude. Oh, if you're a kobold, saurian, or dragon, I'm 99% sure she is. I totally forget where you go to look for that. But I mean, look at her. Clearly she is. So she just gains 2 alcohol, which gets me, my 3rd flame. Now, I do have ice 3, so I could ignore the drink entirely, but there are way worse drinks, and also that would put Otto up to 2 cards, so I don't want to. All right, speaking of Otto, they get 1 action. They go back down. Oh, metallic metal. Repair 1, threat 1. Okay, so if fortitude is 10 or less, repair would heal them. Instead, it lowers their alcohol. And they already have threat +1. But still, that was a pretty innocuous turn. They drink. They get a pot of tea. Now, it says they react even to that. Now, the rules say whenever something would change their alcohol or fortitude, they react to it. So I think they react to this. Yeah, and here you go. Reduce the effect of the provocation by 1. So their 1 loss of alcohol becomes a 0 loss of alcohol. At least I think I'm playing that correctly because Otto's a little dumb sometimes. All right, so that brings it back to me. I don't think I need a raise because I'm not getting that many gambling cards. This one stops me from losing gold. I have a lot of gold. I guess I don't need to order more drinks for them either. But the rest of these are defensive and a nice action, so I'll keep those. And I got most of the same stuff. Darn it. All right, well, let's go ahead and breathe some Withering Frost again. So that's potentially 3 fortitude coming. Hero resistant. Reduce all numeric effects on the provocation by 1. Okay, so they would lose 2. Now, I believe it reduces it for everybody. I think I'm reading the rules right, so I think I don't take a fortitude loss either, which I'm totally fine with. All right, so then I send him a drink. And yeah, I'm looking a little bit rough here. Oh man, Troll Swill with a Chaser. That's a 1 and a -1, and I draw again. Oh, but it's a drink event, so it just gets discarded. If I'd actually drawn that, I wouldn't be able to use it. It was a pretty positive one. Now, do I want to use my Cool This Down to cancel the drink entirely? But that would let them play 2 actions on me. I don't think I do. I want to wait for like some giant 4 drink or something crazy or something with multiple chasers. So I guess I'll just stop there, but man, it's looking bad. Otto means business, everybody. Okay, 1 action, 1 threat. Oh, he's gambling? Shoot. Do I have any gambling cards left? Okay, I have a single one, which at least means he won't go up by 1 threat. But I'm not expecting to win this. Nope, Boss Otto takes control of the round of gambling. Each challenger in the round discards 1 card from their hand and loses 1 fortitude. What the heck? Oh, and threat -1, it's still at 1. I knew that was nasty. That's one of the skull cards. Now, I think he resolved things in order, so if I cancel the 1 threat but go up by 1 fortitude, does the threat 1 then happen? Let's say it does. So I'll go and use Donor for my meditation to cancel the fortitude lost. And it goes up and then back down, I think. But yeah, I don't have another gambling card, so they win that. And they send me a drink, and they drink an Ale of Ice and Fire. There's all this stuff about drawing cards and discarding cards. They ignore that. They're just losing 2 fortitude, maybe. No, they're not canceling it. The player who played the provocation loses 2 fortitude. Oh, that doesn't apply because it was the drink deck. But they gain 1 threat since it whiffed. So they do lose 2 fortitude, but I'm in a dangerous place if I play a sometimes card again. All right, I'm discarding most of my cards again. Oh, I just got the best cards ever. This is so good. I got 2 copies of this. Remember to stretch. Draw 1 card from your character deck. If it's your action phase, you may play another action. If I have 2 or more fire, gain 1 fortitude. If I have 2 or more ice, lose 1 alcohol content. And the best thing is, Otto doesn't respond to any of this. So I'll play 1 and draw a card. I'll play another 1 and draw a card. Suddenly I'm feeling much more alive. And then let's hit him big. I do have some gambling cards I could play, but now let's do this. Breath of the Forge's Flame. So Otto's going to lose 4 fortitude and I'll lose 1. If they let me. Oh, yep. So I lose another 1. So I lose 2, but they lose 4. That seems fair. Boom! Ooh, they're getting close. Although don't forget they can use the potion once to heal 6. That was the best turn ever. I'm definitely ahead now. Can I send them a drink? Let's see what I get. Ooh, this one's great. Okay, if mead was not the result of a drink event or chaser, you may split it with another player. So we're each going to get 2. I'll take my 2 fair and square. Now Otto does get to respond. Ignore the drink. Good job. And yeah, I'm still saving my ice 1 for some big drink, although I might just be waiting too long. But I also didn't want Otto's threat to go up because they're doing another action. Ooh, Gambler's Visor is another component. Whenever a round of gambling begins, the priority target must ante an additional gold. I could deal with that because I've kind of given up on the gold strat, and I've certainly got enough to survive right now. Otto sends me a drink, and what do they get? Ooh, 4! Come on, please don't stop it. Split the drink! No, I don't want to split it. Stop it! All right, well, they still take 2. And yeah, since this is going to throw their threat up to 2, I'll go ahead and cancel the drink entirely with this one since I have at least 3 frost. Although I might regret that if I draw my own 4 in a second. Oh, wait. This is a billion times better. This is a card that everyone has. I forgot about it. The wench thinks you should stop playing with the drinks. Negate a sometimes card that changes the effects of a drink, including splitting it. So yeah, never mind. That's still going to push their threat to 2. But now they take the entire 4 blue. So they have to use their potion. And since their fortitude was 10 or less, they go back up 6 there. But I still have my potion, so I'm way ahead now. This is fantastic. I'm going to take this guy down. Let's see if I can get another good action. There's something. Oh, this one again. Blistering Blows. I can pick someone to lose 1 fortitude, and then if I have 2+ fire, I draw a card, and I can do another action. Which again, I might not draw, but I'll go and try to beat him up. Oh no, Juggernaut mode. Whenever boss auto would lose fortitude, that loss is reduced by 2. When they draw a component from their sometimes deck, it gets played. I think it takes effect immediately, so I think they also prevent the 1 fortitude I was about to deal. And now if I don't blow that up, I don't know what I'm going to do. If I get another action, and the only one I have is Gambling, and I've got 2 cheating cards and a winning hand, so sure, let's do it. Oh, that's right, I have to ante an additional gold because of their Gambler's Visor. Oh, auto passes. Well, that was anticlimactic. All right, I give them a drink. And I drink. Oh, am I with a chaser? No. That's way too much. Okay, I got to use my, where is it? I'll just cool this down. It's gone. But I should also show you I have 2 copies of Chuff. I can ignore an event, specifically something that says it's an event. Or I can spend, this means permanently remove, so I'd actually have fewer. I wouldn't have the 3 and 3 I have right now. I may spend a fire token and an ice token to ignore a drink, action, sometimes, or anytime card that affects your fortitude or alcohol content. Pretty dang good, but I don't want to use those until the last possible minute. But yes, that did completely negate these. But also pushes him to 3 threat, playing 2 actions. And what sucks is I don't have any other sometimes's to use right now to capitalize on that, because I could play a free one. Oh well. So yeah, it comes back to him. He gets 2 actions, and that goes down. We do 1 at a time. Auto Shuffler. The priority target shuffles their hand into their character deck and draws 3 cards. Okay. Oh, and then threat +1. Now, it doesn't say I shuffle my discard pile. My deck's kind of small, and I didn't have that many more than 3 cards, so I guess it's not too bad. All right, and the second one. Oh, round of Gambling. And if I didn't play at least 1 gambling or cheating card, threat +1. And again, I'm doing 2. How many do they have left? If I win this, they have 5. Let's see. I could cheat, or I could do a winning hand. Take control of a round of Gambling. Pick another player in the round of Gambling. They choose to leave the round of Gambling or lose 2 fortitude. Now, interestingly, the rules say that boss auto will always choose the option that does not make them lose something. Even though Juggernaut mode would prevent them losing it, I don't know how smart they're supposed to be. I'm going to say not that smart. I'm going to say I win immediately, and they don't get a chance to play a gambling card back. But they still send me a drink. And what have they got? Oh, good one. 2 + 4. Come on, don't cancel it. What is it? The priority target must discard a gambling or cheating card or lose 2 fortitude. I can do that. But they get 4 alcohol. Get out of here. I have, winning hand. I'll discard that. No problem. That was great. All right, coming back to me, I only got a tail whip and then a bunch of other stuff. So pick another player. They lose 2 fortitude or 3 instead with ice. I could theoretically get 1 attack through, but let's try to blow up the Juggernaut, right? Oh, they negated entirely. Never mind. Yeah, my Chuffs can't negate that, so I think that's it. But I send them a drink. That could get through despite them being a Juggernaut. And I drink what? Why am I getting all these crazy cards? Oh, it's +2 fortitude and 2 alcohol, so that part's fine. But I do have 1 more card for the Chaser. Ooh, Pixie Punch 3. Should I do the Chuff thing? I mean, it doesn't make me use my potion yet, so now I guess I'll just let it go. I don't want them to take more actions. So I'm gaining 5 alcohol to 13, but I'm gaining 2 fortitude. I do get my last 2 tokens, so now I can Chuff easily because I don't need more than 3. And my drink pile is empty at least, so that's nice. Yeah, I don't want to give them a chance to jump in. They're only doing 1 action. The priority target loses 1 fortitude and pays a boss auto 1 gold. I guess that's fine. Or I guess I could say don't interrupt my meditation. With 3 fire, I totally ignore the card. And that would just push them up to 2 threat. I'm doing that. I don't want to give them any gold. All right, so this is big. They send me a drink. Will this finish them off? Oh, man, it might. Ooh, it might. That's 4 alcohol. Oh, and they got a component. I don't think they're going to live. The priority target discards 1 card from their hand. If it's not a gambling or cheating card, they pay boss auto 1 gold. Wow, every turn. That would have been really nasty, but you got too drunk. Your tacky robe is not going to help you. All right, so that was Red Dragon in 10, which is a standalone. You don't need anything else. Has 6 characters, an extra boss you can play with, the boss auto stuff, lots of other modes. And what do I think of this one? What do I think of Red Dragon in overall? It's silly. It's goofy. It's fun. It's all about reading the cards, laughing at the art, and just hitting each other and getting each other drunk. My kids like it. Should I be letting my kids play a game about drinking? I mean, they're not really drinking, so maybe it's okay. But yeah, they always have a blast. I always have a blast. I mean, it's silly. People get eliminated, although I will say not in team mode. There's no player elimination in team mode, so that's a big bonus. So the overall Red Dragon Inn experience is always a good time, and just kind of looking through the cards. I mean, a lot of them are the same. Like, everybody has very similar gambling cards, except for the cheating ones. Everyone has an I don't think so. Everyone generally has things that affect fortitude. So I wouldn't call this an asymmetric game. Like, yes, Eisender did have her flame and frost tokens, which is a little bit unique. And certainly the newer sets, like set number 10, pretty much every character has something fun and goofy going on like that. But this is not Root. This is not Sentinels of the Multiverse. This is not Spirit Island. Like, the asymmetry in the characters is not that strong. I would not come in for that. But there's enough there to still keep the game light and quick to play and fun. And Boss Auto pretty much goes along with that. I will say, for my taste, they maybe react a little bit too often. And the game's already very swingy. Like, if Alda gets a 4 alcohol and I get some tea that lowers my alcohol by 1, suddenly that person is way closer to losing just through random chance. Now, you could cancel that with a card in your hand, but do you have that card? Did you keep that card? So it's silliness. It's goofiness. Auto is maybe even doubling down on the silliness and randomness and swinginess. So you got to kind of be okay with that. Now, something else I don't necessarily love, which is specific to the co-op mode, is that you only have one track for fortitude and alcohol, which is already a little bit weird because, like, it doesn't really work for Eisender. There are a lot of kind of more specialized characters that it doesn't fully work for. But also, your drinking number of drinks multiplied by the number of players. Like, in 4-player, you'd each be drinking 1 drink, but it's all 1 alcohol track. So if you don't have ways to negate it, you could, like, go up half your alcohol in 1 turn. Now, to be fair, on the other hand, you are each playing 1 action card. You all have a hand of 7 to react to things. But Otto's playing more actions as well. They get to do a sometimes card for almost every action you do. So I'm not 100% sure about the balance. I think that playing with more players when I've done it has felt a little bit tougher. And while you can make the game harder with those skull cards, there is no official way to make it easier. But it's still nice to have the solo co-op mode, and definitely makes my kids feel a little better when we're all beating up the boss instead of taking each other out and eliminating each other. That can lead to some hurt feelings. This avoids a lot of that. So it's a cool mode, and overall, Red Dragon Inn 10 is a great set. The characters are fun. It's got a lot more content, because I have like Red Dragon Inn 1, Red Dragon Inn 2. Those were 4 characters and not much else. Whereas this has 6 characters and the boss stuff and a bonus boss mode and all these modes and add-ons. So definitely the value proposition has gotten a lot better with these newer releases. So that's Red Dragon Inn 10 and sort of the Red Dragon Inn experience overall. And thanks for watching, everybody. Special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, Matt G, Dan, J. William F, Steve Wren, Andrew R, and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.